The point guard is the focal point and leader of many offenses in the NBA. In today's series, the first episode, I'm going to be doing my top five current in each position, starting with the point guard. I feel like this is a great opportunity to have a good debate, as I know a lot of people's favorite player won't be on my list. Um, but yeah, let's get right into it. Number five is coming in as Tyrese Halliburton. So the Indiana Pacers superstar, or I guess star, some people don't have him there yet, has been leading the league in assists. He has an unbelievable ball IQ. His vision for passing is incredible. However, even though point guards are primarily meant to be ball distributors, he is lacking in some offensive areas where the people above him are higher. So, due to that, I can't have him as high as I would as the other four that are coming after. But Tyrese is going to be my number five. So with some honorable mentions, I don't have Ja Morant currently in this list, just due to he hasn't played a ton, and I have Damian Lillard outside of the top five as well, which could bug a lot of people. But I think based off last season, he wasn't playing that phenomenal. Um, I'm very excited to see what Tyrese gets to. I think he's tremendous. I think his upside in the NBA is very, very exciting. I think he could be somebody who averages 13, 14, 15 assists a game. He is the closest thing to John Stockton I've seen in a while. So that's going to be number five for my pick. So number four is going to be the running mate previously of Luka, the New York Knicks sensation right now, Jalen Brunson. So why do I have Jalen Brunson at four? He was in nobody's list last year. I think he had a very big breakout this year, leading the Knicks to a high seed in the East. His play was consistent the entire year. He averaged 28.7 and 6.7, I think. Yeah, yes. So he obviously is averaging incredible numbers. Very, very clutch player. Had a lot, multiple high scoring games. His distribution levels could be a tiny bit higher. I'd like to see him closer to like 8 assists per game. But even his field goal efficiency was pretty decent. And I think he absolutely deserves a spot in the top five. Some people have him as a superstar. I have about 10 to 12 players in the league as superstars. And Jalen would somewhere be towards the 12th best player in the league. So I have no problem putting him in at number four. It just shows how stacked the point guard list is. And I'm very, very excited to see how he's going to continue. But right now, he is my number four. Which now takes me to number three, which I'm excited for as a Canadian. But that is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the runner-up in, or was he third in MVP voting? I think he was runner-up, or I think Luka was third last year. But averaged 30, had like a run where he was getting 31 points per game, like in like exactly 31 points in like 10 games or something. It was weird. It's almost guaranteed he's going to get you exactly 30. He led the young OKC to the number one seed in the West. That team's future, which I'll do a video on soon before the NBA season starts. But that team's electric. He's so fun to watch. His mid range is very, very good. He's explosive to the rim. He can shoot threes. His defense is actually probably an underrated part of his game. I think he's actually a very good perimeter defender. Obviously, I feel like this is showing. I'm not going to say, but obviously, I feel like we know who one and two are going to be. So why? I'm just going to quickly explain why Shea didn't make it there. I just think he needs a couple more years under his belt proving it, which is weird because I have Jalen Brunson at four. But I just feel like to put him in that upper echelon of the next two players, he needs to basically be widely considered like a top five player in the NBA. And I feel like Shea is almost there, but he's not quite there yet. His season average was 30 points and 6 assists, which is really, really solid. Again, like Jalen Brunson, I would like to have some distribution numbers up a little bit more, but when you're, averaging like the 28 and 30 points, it's pretty hard to also get like 9, 10 assists, so I understand that. But yeah, I have Shea Gilchrist at number three. So number two, I'm going to have the greatest shooter of all time, as Stephen A. says, the greatest shooter God ever made, Stephen Curry. So Stephen Curry, while obviously in terms of legacy, the best point guard in the league, bar none, no one's close. I don't have him currently the best player that plays point guard in the league. Curry obviously is an exceptional shooter, lights the floor up. He is probably the most dangerous offensive weapon in the league. When hot, he just lights out everybody. It's not close. I do think he is the most dangerous off-ball player in the league, which is something I hear some people say, but not enough. His ability to manipulate screens and find wide open opportunities always keeps the perimeter defenders guessing. It's gonna be interesting to see how he does without having Clay this year. To be another threat on the 3 point line, but having Buddy Hield there will be a somewhat adequate replacement as Clay was getting older. Steph averaged 26 and 5, so not the craziest numbers, but when you think about that his team was nowhere near as good as the other three players I mentioned, you can kind of see that Steph really has been carrying the load for the Oklahoma City Thunder for quite some time now. I just said the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm going to leave that in because that's embarrassing. The Golden State Warriors, sorry. He has owned the OKC Thunder, though, especially if you look at 2016. But that was embarrassing. But yeah, Stephen Curry is going to be my number 2, guys. And number 1 is going to be none other than, obviously, Luka Doncic. Luka, who's on his Don shit, as I like to say. Bro is insane. Luka, I think this year has absolutely cemented himself as a top 3 player in the league. I think he's actually probably closer to 2. What a season. Averaged 34, 9, and 9, or like 34, 9.8, 9.2. Like, pretty much a walking triple or 30-point triple-double. Very good efficiency. Obviously led the Dallas Mavericks to the finals where they kind of got slapped around by the Celtics. Luka is the greatest shooter of awkward shots I've ever seen. Like, the shots that shouldn't be makeable, he makes makeable, and you almost assume he's going to make it. Not the range Curry has, but just like fade away, 2 seconds left on the shot clock, high arc, bang. He has no weakness in his offensive game. Court vision is crazy. People have been slamming him as a defender. I don't think he's a good defender. I think he needs to work on that. But I do think that his defending is at least adequate. As you can see, that the Mavericks are actually probably the best defensive team in the second half of the season. Luka is obviously going to play a part on that. I think the sky is the limit for this kid. I think he still can develop even more. The Mavericks are going to need to put some pieces around him. But as of right now, I mean, 34, 9, and 9 is pretty inarguable to be the first place spot. Luka's gets it. I feel like that one was obvious. So yeah, just to recap, we got Tyrese, Brunson, Shea, Curry, and then Luka. Let me know your list in the comments below, guys. These videos are so fun to make. Shooting guards are going to be out for next video in the next couple of days. Please hit subscribe. Please like. And I'm always excited hearing you guys' comments in the shorts. And these ones, have a great day. Peace.